Say she be pretty natural woman. You know they got the mountain for your woman. She a like a little pretty thing that is mine. She no be gangster. She's a woman of a kind. Whenever she...
All right, thank you very much. I'm delighted to be here in the presence of Miss Cynthia Evans. I call her Miss for the public, but she's my Dr. Evans, okay? And I'm just delighted to have her. She has organized this wonderful Women's History Month celebration, spotlighting our Tuskegee University Aviation, Science, and Aerospace Engineering female students. This is something I am really passionate. It ticks with me. And I would just like to say, Miss Evans, thank you for this, for organizing this. I know organizing something like this is not an easy feat.
Yes.
I'll just like you to tell the audience, right, maybe some of the things that motivated you to organizing this Women's History Month and how you went about it. And I'll ask you a few follow-up questions from the conversation.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So with this seminar, remember it was originally supposed to be a small group of us, but then I get a call from the president. He lets me know, hey, we want to kind of blow the seminar up. We want to highlight the women in aviation and aerospace. And I was excited. I was also nervous. This is the first time that I'm organizing anything to this extent. But I have to say, seeing the young ladies come in and they're all dressed up in their suits and everybody is smiling, glowing, I'm really excited. I'm excited to see how it finishes, and I'm thankful for the opportunity. I really am. I truthfully am. Besides it going on my resume, I feel like I've gained more connections with both myself and the young ladies that are present. So.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
I know choosing a career path
Yes, sir.
is not always an easy choice for anybody.
Yes, sir.
And when I think of aerospace engineering and women in aerospace engineering, there have always been very few. So what really attracted you to aerospace engineering?
As a child, I was always building Legos. I still build Legos.
Okay.
I love building things, and without the instruction manual, I love the feel of building a house, building a car, and not having the instructions set up for me. It was making what's in my mind happen right in front of me. And I could do it in any shape or form I saw fit, as long as my vision came true. I also find myself constantly jumping on new ideas. I'll have a new idea about some gadget where I think that something could go better in the world.
Wow.
And while I was in high school, I was looking at career paths, and I thought that aerospace was a great fit for me. It is challenging because I'm learning from other engineers, I'm learning from the curriculum itself on how I'm supposed to be navigating not only the major, but life inside of the major. But I feel that the things that originally attracted me to aerospace are still with me every day, and I also feel that they help me in my curriculums and filling out for my classes. I feel like I made the right choice.
All right, thank you very much for making the right choice. You just mentioned curriculum.
Yes, sir.
And I want to pick your brain on how Tuskegee University has helped encourage you to think and to believe that the choice you made was the right choice, and that you can't trade it for anything.
Outside of it being an HBCU, that's why I came here. I wanted to be closer to my community. Tuskegee has encouraged me by making sure I know that my fellow students, we all come in different packaging, we all do, but I'm so excited to come to school and I'm seeing these black engineers, I'm seeing these black aerospace men and women, and we're all having these different ideas. We're all in the teachers, they always try and encourage us. Some more than others, but they all try and make us think outside the box. And like you, Dr. Indy, I'll find a diamond in the rough who will just sit me down and, hey, do you want some tea? Hey, do you want some coffee? And that helps me get through my day-to-day, especially when I'm pulling all-nighters because I'm trying to get these projects in. So I think that's how the diamond's in the rough.
Okay, thank you very much. And one last thing before I let you go.
Yes, sir.
All right. Just imagine a scenario where you meet a young 5-year-old girl and she's so passionate and interested in your story and says, please, can you tell me a thing or two why I should go to Tuskegee University and major in aerospace engineering just like you? What will you tell them?
Coming to Tuskegee, I would say for the experience of being around your fellow black man or black woman, I would say you get a certain level of encouragement and you get a certain level of exposure to things that would be kind of concealed at another university. And you find these things every day. It's never just, it's once a year, you find it all the time. I would tell her, coming to Tuskegee, you'll definitely get the exposure that you're looking for. You don't have to travel outside the country to just find new experiences. They're right here at the university.
Thank you.
I would also tell her about aerospace. Put in the work. If you put in the work and you make sure that you are sure that aerospace is for you, then shoot for the stars. The curriculum might be a little challenging, but if it is honestly what you want to do, nothing can stop you. And I'll say that for any major. Nothing can stop you if you just put your mind to it. Aviation, aerospace, it's no different. And at the end of it, I promise you it'll be worth it. Some of my mentors are aerospace engineers, and they're living the lives that they always dreamed of, and they're also doing what they've always dreamed of. They're putting those talents to work, and it's not just for corporations. They're making their dreams come true and their ideas. So.
Wow, thank you very much. This was really a delight talking to you.
Yes, sir.
And I crown you Dr. Evans. I know you said shooting for the stars.
Yes, sir.
And shooting for the stars in academia is you must hit that doctorate, you must get right up there. Okay, it is not bachelor's degree and I don't hear from you.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll be honored to be an invitee for your doctorate graduation.
You'll get an invite, Dr. Indy.
Okay, thank you very much. You have a blessed and wonderful life.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, good morning. I'm here to have a word with Miss Janaya Rutledge, one of our female aerospace engineering majors. And I'm delighted to spend this few minutes talking to Miss Rutledge. Good morning, Miss Rutledge.
Good morning.
Yes, I'm delighted to have you here, and I just want to tell our audience that you are the co-organizer of this seminar spotlighting our aviation science students and aerospace engineering students as requested by President Brown. Okay, I thank you for your efforts. And I just have a few questions for you because I understand very well aerospace engineering is a very challenging and one of those areas that, scares girls or women away. And I'd just like you to tell our audiences what drives you, what your passions are, why you decided to choose aerospace as a career pathway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I specifically chose engineering because I saw my dad. He was an engineer. He would take me to work with him sometimes, and just being in his workspace, seeing how he worked, see how he creatively thought, just to solve problems, that intrigued me. So that aspect of it, and specifically aerospace, I just like math, I like science, And I've always had an interest in airplanes. As a little girl, I remember being in 5th grade, and my first science fair project was on airplanes. How did the wingspan of an airplane affect its flight time? And just as a little girl, like, seeing all the creative thinking, all the critical thinking that you could put into engineering, I feel like engineering, you're not put in a box. They encourage you to have innovation thinking. Like, it may be an idea that you're like, nobody would ever think of, or nobody would ever think that this is a great idea, but it may be. So it just encourages you to be challenged and just use your brain to think. So that's why I chose aerospace engineering.
Wow, thank you very much. I think, that's a good starting point. But I'm also curious because I know, given the climate in which we live, where there is a fight against DEI, there is fight against affirmative action. Tuskegee must be doing something, right?
Yes.
To create a safe space for you. Can you talk a little bit about Tuskegee University and the kind of space it has created for you to thrive in as a female, black, and aerospace engineer?
Okay. In my career so far, Tuskegee University has been one of my greatest supporters. From just the faculty and the staff, they always make sure that you have the resources you need. For example, if I needed a job, if I'm looking for an internship, I can always count on somebody in the faculty or the staff to look out for me, to send me opportunities. Not even that, I believe since Tuskegee is a small institution, that makes it available for us not to just be a statistic. We are actually people here. I can go sit in my department head office, hold a conversation with him. He'll look out for me, give me opportunities. And that's just a great benefit of Tuskegee University, because in other universities, your department head may not know who you are. So just looking at things like that, not even that, but like the course curriculum. We have teachers here for our support. They stay after hours to lead workshops and lead boot camps, and just having professors such as yourself and other professors that just see the beauty in your students and motivate them and set expectations for us, that means a lot, because sometimes we feel like we don't have any expectations, and just having somebody there that has expectations for you makes you feel great about yourself. You have somebody that believes in you and that you want to make proud. So just Tuskegee being this family-oriented place has meant a lot to me.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm sure this is the audiences will be very delighted. But I'll be remiss not to ask you. You see, your liking in aerospace engineering stemmed from the fact that you observed Daddy working. But just imagine a little girl who does not have the privileges you had as a young girl growing up and wants to be like you. How do you encourage that small girl to follow what you are doing?
Okay. The first thing I would say is to just be yourself and honestly, truly do your best. You will have people that will support you. You will have people that don't, but try to prove them wrong. If you believe in yourself, I feel like you can just do anything that you put your mind to. But not only that, I really believe that you have to have the faith, because I believe that faith without works is dead.
Yeah.
So if you have your faith, if you're putting in the work, you can do it. And always, most importantly, to be open-minded and take advantage of your resources, because college life, everything is what you make it. Somebody could put the food in front of you, but they're not going to make you eat. So you have to be the one to eat. You have to be the one to chase after your dreams while using your resources, while using your support as motivation.
Wow, this is wonderful to hear from you.
Yes, sir.
And I think my last word to you would be encouraging you not just to finish and go into practice, I am thinking about you taking up a career in knowledge transmission. All right? What I mean by knowledge transmission, I expect one day you come back to Tuskegee and be one of our engineering professors, whether I'm around or not, but I will be delighted to that is to look up from 6 feet under and see Dr. Rutledge, professor of aerospace engineering at Tuskegee University. All right, I'm here delighted to welcome Miss Fantasia Smith, one of our pioneering aviation science students. And I would just like to ask her a few questions. And I'll start first of all by telling you, good morning, Mr. Fantasia Smith.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Good. I'm happy you are one of our pioneering students in aviation science, and would just like you to tell our audience or our viewers what inspired you to pursue a career in aviation. Could you just tell them in a few words?
Okay, so yes. So like many high school students, I was very lost during my junior year. So I took a career quiz and everything aligned with my goals. And also my school had an upcoming aviation program, and I started doing that, and we had a Redbird simulator, and I just fell in love ever since.
Fell in love ever since.
Yes.
Wow, that's good. I'm sure being a pioneering student in aviation science at Tuskegee University, you certainly bear the weight of being the first. What is the importance of being the first in any field to you?
The importance to me is, you kind of set standards for the upcoming cohort, and you also break those barriers and those common things that they say about us women. And I feel like it's very important to show that women can be dominating in men-dominated fields. So.
Okay. No, thank you very much. I think you're really on point. And I would just like to ask one or two other questions, then I release you. The question I would like you to talk about is, could you tell me about, say, Tuskegee University, where you are a student at? What kind of safe space has Tuskegee created for you? Do you think Tuskegee has created safe space enough for you?
So yes, I think Tuskegee has created a very safe space for me. As you may know, there are other schools that offer this same program, but I chose Tuskegee because it was an HBCU, and I feel like I'm more safe around my people. So yes.
All right. Thank you very much. And given that you talked about this area being male-dominated, just imagine a 5-year-old standing before you and say, "Hey, Miss Smith, what can you tell me about becoming an aviation scientist just like you? I want to be just like you." What advice would you give them?
First, I would give her the advice to, follow her dreams and her passion, and that, it is possible even though you don't see it, but you can be that person to inspire others out there.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, and welcome back to this show. I am delighted to have before me in the audience here Miss Precious Jackson, who is an aviation science major at the Tuskegee University, home of the Golden Tigers. And we're bringing you greetings, and I would like to say hello to Miss Precious Jackson. Good morning, Miss Precious.
Good morning.
Okay, how are you doing?
I'm well.
All right. I know you have chosen a career path that is very not common to women, and most women are either not ready to take on that career. What influenced this career choice for you? What can you say was the driving force?
I think my driving force was my original major. So I originally came as an aerospace engineering major, and I still kept it as well. I think
I'm really the type to be a hands-on person. I really like being able to kind of use the engineering process to be able to kind of build, create, and as well as kind of going through some of my classes and realizing, okay, I'm learning how, like, what the functions of the plane are and the axis used. Just being able to know that I was given the opportunity to even kind of dabble and kind of figure out whether or not piloting was something that I may have been interested in doing. That's kind of just over time I kind of just started, doing my research, taking small little opportunities, especially in ROTC. It's definitely, yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. You talked about being hands-on, and I can imagine as an aerospace engineering and aviation science major, you would like to do something exciting. What is that thing that you are really excited about and that you would like to do?
So down the line, I'm excited. Well, I'm excited for not only just being able to finally get into the nitty-gritty of my career path. I want to pilot as well, and just after that, I also want to be able to own my own pilot. But the engineering side of it is I also want to be able to build planes as well as somehow be able to kind of work on my own plane as well. Just know the functions, just things along those lines.
Okay, no, that's great. Yeah, I can just imagine you working on your plane, building your own plane, flying your own plane. That is great. And I know it is not a very easy major. Not many schools have programs like this. And Tuskegee University is one of the few HBCUs with an aerospace engineering program, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir.
And even an aviation science. So I would like, first of all, for you to tell us a little bit about the kind of safe space or the kind of space that Tuskegee University has created for you so that you can thrive, or for you as a young black woman and other young black women who will be coming after you to thrive. Can you tell our audiences what how Tuskegee has created that?
I think Tuskegee has just been able to give me a place to find like-minded people as well. Not only just in my major, but people that also have connections to be able to fund for more and find more resources for me to be able to explore those career paths. Just my peers and just who I've kind of met through my programs. Not only have kind of just helped challenge me in the way of being able to make sure I know my information and what I need to do, but just also be able to continue reaching for more.
All right, thank you very much for that. Just imagine a situation where we have a young girl from Africa standing before us there. All right, just look at that young girl and tell her something encouraging so that when she grows, she can come to Tuskegee.
I'd say, like, my advice, it takes time. Things take time. Something that you may have thought, maybe you've planned out beforehand, it doesn't always go the way that it does. But I say kind of trust in your abilities and trust that in your decision making, and know that what you're doing is going to be right for you.
Okay, thank you very much. I will like to thank you and wish you well in your educational pursuit. And I will not wait to hear your name in the media talking about the plane you've built and talking about you flying around the world, okay? This time in less than 80 days, all right? You have a blessed and wonderful one. I'm here with one of our female aviation science students, Miss Chinemelon Nwabenoli, and I will be delighted to ask her a few questions. She's already hinted about her love or her interest, how she developed her interest in aviation science. I would just like to ask her about Susan Noel, the role model that she has. Miss Wabenali, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I would like to ask you a little bit about Susan Noel. What challenges did she face?
So the challenges that Suzanne Noel faced during her time was, of course, way before Women's Rights Act was passed, not only just in America but in the whole world. Women were seen as stay-at-home moms, educate your kids, and like clean the house and cook and stuff like that. And Noel was against that idea because she just believed that women can and will do more. And being born into a family that she has who are very wealthy, they let her indulge in that idea and grow in the environment that she was. So she went to school to study medicine, and a lot of course, medicine is a male-dominated field at that time. So they didn't necessarily let her thrive. And when she finally got her medical license, she wasn't allowed to practice at hospitals. So she wasn't given the opportunity and the experience to gain. So she'd have to practice at home and do like here and there behind the scenes on people without having like an actual place to practice and study medicine. So a lot of the stuff like experimenting with plastic surgery and helping and saving people's lives, she had to do that in like her kitchen and living room and stuff. So that's a very big challenge because God forbid something went wrong. It's like you got somebody's blood on your hands in your house. And it was a lot of challenges, just getting an education, letting people believe in her and giving her her strength and showing off her skills was just a really big challenge at that time because women really didn't have rights.
All right, thank you very much. And I believe Susan Noel did believe about in cosmetic surgery as being a tool for women empowerment in the workspace. Why do you think she had this belief?
Because of course women do have power with or without makeup. You know, a lot of the stuff that happens in society and the world is by the influence of a woman. And with cosmetic surgery, it can keep a woman's youth like to tenfold. But even just past cosmetic surgery, it doesn't even have to work on women. She put her practice of cosmetic surgery and plastic reconstruction on men and children and stuff like that. And men started to realize like, I need this, you know. A lot of the men that she worked on were former veterans of World War I. And they couldn't go back to regular handy-dandy lives because maybe they had been introduced to gases that messed up their face or their nose, or a gunshot wound to the face or their body. Yeah. She fixed up on them, fixed their face, and they looked brand new. And they're just like, oh, I guess this is what like a little bit of makeup and some Botox could do to you. Because men just thought that this was what only women could use. And Suzanne, Dr. Noel kind of showed to people like this could be just more for past women. This could also help other men and everybody else alike.
All right, thank you very much for that very on point answer. And I'll ask you just one or two very short questions and keep the answer brief, don't elaborate.
Okay.
I'd just like to know, you standing on her shoulder, just imagine how would you, now you remember Dr. Susan Noel very favorably, passionately, how would you want to be remembered in your own career as an aviation scientist?
I just want to be shown like to break barriers. My family, of course, I came from immigrant parents and they couldn't do as much as they wanted to do. And back at home, everybody only knows like 3 fields: a doctor, a lawyer, and an engineer. And I just kind of want to prove to everybody around that you don't have to walk in those 3 career paths to make it in life. And being a pilot in the aviation is a male-dominated field, point blank, period. And me as a woman, especially as a black woman, I just want to show that this is more than just for men. Like women can and will be better in these type of fields.
All right, thank you very much. Can you just say a word or two to the audience before, and I'll leave you at this question. Just 30 seconds because we're a little pressed for time. Can you tell us a word or two about the kind of safe space that Tuskegee University has created for you, because many people hear of Tuskegee, they don't even know about they don't know what Tuskegee has to offer. Can you just tell us about that kind of safe space?
So Tuskegee has created like a very big space, safe space for me to just grow. I can make mistakes and not have to feel like the rest of the world is gonna like turn on me and be mad or give up on me. I have stumbled upon my path of getting into aviation science, and I've had professors and students alike who are in this field with me bring me back up and push me to be better. And I just feel like I really need that, because if I was anywhere else, people would have just given up on me or lost hope on me. But here at Tuskegee, like, everybody is just like, you will fall, you will trip. It's just how you get back up. It's how you continue your journey.
Thank you very much. This is so wonderful talking to you.
Pretty natural woman, you know they got the marks in for your woman.